There's a subtle art to this, pulling cards when they say breakers got no part to this. Apart from this, tearing apart your artifacts. These revisionist histories, weak arguments. Man, you niggas is pussy, drop your coordinates. Fallen enemies, just use their head like an ornament. Son of all these niggas, then drop them off at the orphanage. What's your pronouns? Should I call you sis or you a stud, huh? You just a harder bitch. You notice that? I mean, it's hard to miss. And tell me, who's afraid of the harbingers? They called the son of man, the son of carpenter. And I'm a vomiter, sharpshooter, harvester, real nigga, hustler. Always been the moniker. Take a little money, leave a little on the vestibule. Niggas poppin' shit, apologize a damn festival. You see what peer pressure through the message boards mess with you. The higher up you climb, the more people that it's testing you. Nigga, let your nuts hang, better drop your testicles. Cause I ain't out here putting no pussies up on a pedestal. New devils, new levels that you gotta wrestle through. On the road to decimals, mix and master the decibels. Hoes told me you better finish your breakfast food. Little niggas eat your motherfucking vegetables. I ain't got punchline, I drop orders, push boundaries and hot borders. Farmer know the aura, we shining bright like Aurora. For you find our morals, I know it is fucking torture that me and my amigos, all of my Negroes, I shine, you shine, nigga, we glow. You know my stilo. Clocking at De Niro, 1,000,000,000. So why you talking like we on the same side, same tribe, same vibe, got the same vibe, and I know, nigga, I know. Lit up with a bad bitch, skin darker than the cum. Take me to the crib and she blow me like a drum. Pistol got a mini drum, that's my little bongo. We ain't squashing no beef like Mofongo. 36 chambers, training it.
If y'all can hear me, give me a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If y'all can hear me. Thank you. Testing one. There we go. All right. Bring you down. Testing 1, 2. Now I'm gonna play another song. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear the song.
Yeah. Cut this out, build the beat up. My title ring bells, I'm quick to put up a fight. Your dark sayings ain't enough, no throwing shade, but they light. You know the shark by the fin, but know the strength by the bite. They talking all damn day, ain't got no dog in the fight. Dry bones in the valley, found the body in the alley. Tuck Balenciaga's too heavy. They want me down, they want me keep stressing. My man smoking on that dope, he said he's sleep. When I knock this lid off, I go through each level. There's no response ahead, now to make her feel special. You go against me, I push back cause I don't feel pressure. This ain't a gimmick, I'm about business. I'm a real member, real problem solver to the roof. Off your demons, man, I do this too often. It's a coffin after every verse.
All right, I think we're good to go. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me in the on TikTok. If y'all can hear me on YouTube, I will begin the show. Oh wait, I gotta upload something. 1 second. I gotta upload 2 videos. As y'all see in the title on YouTube, the title on YouTube is titled Smoke Fridays. Shout out to King Chef, appreciate that. The title is Smoke Fridays. On YouTube, the title is Smoke Fridays. Can white people say the N-word and Christians don't believe or follow God? On TikTok, the title is Christians don't follow the Bible. I believe that's how I have it titled on TikTok. So if you're on TikTok and you want to join the live stream, of course, all you got to do is just click join and you can join. You can come up if you got a question or comment. If you're on YouTube or if you want to call in. So I did test this phone number. I'm gonna show y'all here. Let me see if I show y'all. So the way I did this before. Let me share it like this. Share screen. Let me see. I do it like this. TikTok Live Studio. Share it like that. And then we're gonna come here, add it to the stage, and then got it, and then do it like that. That okay. So the way that I have it is just so y'all can see. I think I have display capture here. So the phone numbers work this way. So I was testing it today just to make sure that the phone numbers work. So if you do want to call into the live stream, you can call into the live stream by dialing 917-590-5781 is the number to call. I see Delineationist is on. A Delineation, did you talk to your elders about what we talked about? The scriptures that I gave you, how God is only for the children of Israel. Did you talk to your people and then find out if that was true? I would love to hear your response. Oh, not till Wednesday. Okay, I got you. So I do want to play, I do got 2 videos I want to play on subject because I think it is pressing. Not pressing is probably the wrong word, but I do think it is something that is a good conversation because I saw this white man or European, depending on YouTube, you might have to say European. I saw this European take my good brother Captain Yatazak out of Texas, take the video he said on the subject of the N-word. And the N-word is something that, depending on who you talk to, it is something that, it bothers some black people. They say that it's a word we shouldn't say. I'm not really of that ilk that you don't have to say it. I also don't think there's a difference between saying the N word with the ER or the A. Some people might say, well, he didn't say it with the hard ER, he said it with the GA at the end. And I'm gonna tell you something. This is how simple I think black people are, is that there is no difference in how it sounds. It's always different with the intent in how it sounds. Meaning, I rarely say the N word. Most black people don't say the N word with the ER at the end of it. They always say it with the G8 at the end of it. And you can tell how it's said to you if it's with malice or love. Like if I say that's my N words right there, or if I'm gonna say N word, I'll shoot you, then you know that there's a difference between those words. It's always like that. So those are the subjects. I want to play this video. I'm just waiting. I'm gonna upload this video that I'm gonna play now. Give me 1 second. Where's the video at? Or do I just play it this way? Wait, hold on. Let me see. I think I just play it this way. Hold on 1 second. I think the way, oh, here we go. Let me see. I think I just,
white people say the,
I think I just slide this over here like this. Let me see if the volume works on TikTok. Let me know if y'all let me know if y'all can hear this. Now, this is actually two of my brothers and then a white man. So in this video, you're gonna see the brother with the One West hat on. He's the one that's being asked the question, can white people say the word? Then you're gonna hear his response. Then you're gonna see an Edomite that's watching it that's gonna talk, and then you're gonna see my brother give a response. So we're gonna listen to the whole thing. Y'all tell me what y'all think.
white people say the N-word?
Hell no.
Now, wait, I do gotta pause it. Let me tell you what y'all don't understand. And this is what I want y'all to see of what y'all, every time I watch this video, right? Outside of the question, I want y'all to look at the men and see the difference between ISUBK and everybody else. I'm gonna play this video again. I'm gonna play this part again, Rap.
People say the N-word?
Hell no.
You want to elaborate?
Now, if y'all notice anything, he's saying, can the white man say the N-word? Yatazak says no. Those are all ISUBK brothers there. The white man then puts the mic over on everybody. Nobody says a word. Now, this brother here, Akai, I'm gonna back it up a little bit. That brother there with the red One West hat, he outranks Yatazak. By right, he could say something, right? Oh, they say why I'm so little. What do you mean? I could raise myself up if you want. I don't know what you mean why I'm so little. Because I'm not little. Don't let me take the shirt up. No, I'm joking, y'all. So by right, he could say something. But rank and order is so important to ISUBK. Once Yatazak said the answer, he could have put the mic on 50 ISUBK brothers. Nobody would have said nothing. You ever notice how, like, when you see a lot of other Christians and Israelites and stuff like that, like everybody got to talk? That's not how we function. And I wanted to point that, I want to bring it out. I want y'all to pay attention. That's the whole point of order. You don't have to speak just because you have a mouth. You don't. I'm gonna bring it back. Then I'm gonna let the whole thing play.
White people say the N-word?
Hell no.
You want to elaborate on that? Because there's some people watching this right now that may feel like they can't say it.
White people are the devil.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay, these are not quarters,
Wait.
niggas.
Wait. That is crazy. Look.
White people are the devil. That's it.
That's all you need to know. That's it. That's why you can't say the word. You took a word that's supposed to be extreme. Now, y'all, I don't know if y'all ever know the origin of the N-word in origin. I know we like to think that white people in their infinite wisdom, because we swear that white people just are the best at everything. The origin of that word is from the Latin word. Enter. Latin. So the curriculum of the N-word, it says Nigger, also spelled Niggar, is a word that is an alteration of the earlier N-E-G-E-R, derives from the French negre, N-E-G-R-E, which just means black. That's the origin. Now, when you go up here to Wikipedia, right? Oh, is it big enough for y'all to see? I hope it's big enough for y'all to see. So now when you go to the Wikipedia of that, it'll tell you that it's a racial slur directed at black people. Even though on Wikipedia it says the origin of the word lies with the Latin adjective niger, meaning black. It was initially seen as a relatively neutral term, essentially synonyms from the English word Negro. So when they would bring us over here, and I don't think y'all understand, for me, this is just for me, African American, Negro, colored, NIG, the N-word, all of them are the same word. Somebody put in the chat that said NIGER is a place. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that country was named by a white woman. Let me see if is it Nigeria? It might be Nigeria. Let me see if I'm correct on that. I'm just Googling it just to see if I'm correct on that. Yes, let me slide this over. Let me slide this over. Y'all see this here? Nigeria was named by the British journalist Flora Shaw, who in 1897 suggested Nigeria as a shortened name for the terrorists administered by the Royal Niger Company. I'm saying Niger, so I don't have to say N-word. Yes, to Kane. Kane on TikTok said, didn't it stem from Spain originally, and then the English used it to classify dark-skinned people? It's a Latin word which just means black. That's the actual word. That's what the word actually means. It just means black. So of course, as they take us over there, they began to call themselves white. So of course, they called us black. The Native Indians, they called red. The Irish, they called green. You want to hear something else that's crazy? When Marcus Garvey, when you want to talk about colorism and then learning these different type of truths, Marcus Garvey, for those that don't know, Marcus Garvey's original red, black, and green, the green was for the Irish. The red was for the Native Indians. The black was for them. I know people think red, black, and green. Like today, they'll tell you, like, I think it's like black for the soil. Hold on, let me check something out. I know they say something like black is for the soil, or black is for black people, red is for the blood, green is for the land. The original UNIA, which Marcus Garvey founded, was for the green was for the green man or the Irish, red was for the red man or the Native Indian, black was for the black. And the reason why he did that was because at that time, the Irish, when they was brought over here, he thought he can use the plights of white Irish, Native Indians, and black people to get empathy for what he was trying to achieve. That's the original. Now, of course, after that failed, then the UNIA just remixed the red, black, and green to the flag and changed the colors, but that's the origin. Also found out something else interesting. I did not know. Let me see. I want to big up Officer Ibadia. Officer Ibadia told me that ADOS, I think ADOS stands for African Descendants of Slaves. ADOS was also by a white woman. ADOS is also coined by a white woman. If you didn't know that, that's another one. Let that sizzle in your spirit. I'm going to show y'all that after I show you this. So it says, Nigeria was named by the British journalist Flora Shaw, who in I read that part. The name is the name is derived from the river and was later officially adopted by the Amalgamated British Protectorates. Flora Shaw, British journalist, proposal in an essay published. So a white woman named that. So when y'all say y'all Nigerian, a white woman created that for you. I wonder what was it called before it was called Nigeria. Let me Google that. What was Nigeria called? Oh, it typed it up for me. Let me see. What was it called before that? Before being named Nigeria, the region was referred to by different names. Europeans most commonly calling it the Royal Niger Company territory. The area is not a single entity by one name. It was made up of numerous ancient kingdoms and empires like the Oyo Empire, the Benin Kingdom, and various Hausa cities. Dang. Yeah, I wonder why. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all something. This y'all wonder why we say this right here. Hold on, let me show y'all. Y'all wonder why we say this right here. Hold on. Oh, let me restart the video. Let me come back over here. Let me redo the video.
And white people say the N-word?
Hell no.
Y'all wonder why we say something. Watch. Y'all wonder why we say this. Watch this.
You want to elaborate on that? Because there's some people watching this right now that may feel like they can't say it.
White people are the devil.
You wonder why we say the white man is the devil. That's why we say it. When you say AI is wrong, I would disagree with you because it was actual Hamites that taught me that. It was Hamites that taught me that Nigeria was named by a white woman. I did not know that until they told me. Now, I want to show y'all. This is Yvette Carnell. Yvette Carnell, I believe that's how you say her name. Yvette Carnell, who is the founder, they say. Let me make sure I'm right with that. Let me come over here. Let me see. Let me type this. Yvette. Make sure I'm spelling that right. Yep. Carnell. Is she? Why I say Yvette Carnell wife? Is she gay? Yvette Carnell is part of the community? Wait. Wait. Hold on a second. Are y'all telling me? Y'all get me right on this, right? Because now I did not know this, so I'm just asking the question first. Is this Yvette Carnell the same Yvette? Let me see. Let me do this first. ADOS. Is Yvette Carnell the one that started the ADOS? Because I believe, Yvette Carnell, president at ADOS Advocacy Foundation. I'll pull you up. I don't see. Wait, hold on. Oh, wait. Oh, let me pull you up. I didn't see you over there. Hold on. I don't see where I could pull you up at. Oh, there you go. I got NK Rebel. I just invited him up. Who else said pull me up? Delineate. I don't see you. Hey, try it again. To delineation of this. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, I got you. But let me just finish reading this delineate. Did you want to speak on this Yvette Carnell thing or something else?
Brother, I want to speak on everything you were saying. I was commenting in the chat, but I love you, brother, but I got a lot of things that we need to clear up.
Wait. Let me finish running it down and get thank you. I appreciate it. Then I'm gonna come right back to you. Yeah, I'm just finding out about Yvette Carnell. So I'm told she coined the term. Now, to be fair, to my understanding, the ADOS or that terminology, I think, started in the late 80s or 90s, to be fair. I forget the man's name that made it, but Yvette Carnell is a white woman. This is her words. I'm quoting it. It says, and my family is a mixed family in a whole bunch of ways, meaning my parents are a mixed race couple. So my dad is a white Jewish man, and my mom is a black woman from Toledo. So if Yvette Carnell's father is a white man, y'all know she white. And then I did not know that she was also a lesbian. Now, I'm not going to put 2 and 2 together. But if we go with Black Lives Matter movement, ADOS movement, are y'all seeing a pattern here? Black Lives Matter movement had Jewish people behind it. The lady that's saying she's the president of the ADOS has a Jewish father. Dawood 11, you saying that, but this is her quote. This is her. I'm reading this off of her Twitter. This is her Twitter. She said her family, her dad is a Jewish white man. Go ahead, Delineum. Go ahead, brother.
It's delineations, but
Delineations, my bad.
Okay. So there's
That's
a lot of things.
That's a lot of damn syllables, man. I'm gonna just call you D.
Hey, just delineation and a person who delineates. And then it's I-N-I-S-T.
I know, brother. I know, brother.
So we're gonna get so a couple of things. It's American descendants of slaves. That's ADOS, not African descendants of slaves. So that's first things first.
No problem.
So we gotta clear that up. Second of all, she might be bi-ethnic. That could be true. A lot of the people underneath the this is kind of some of the problems that I had with like the Freedmen's and just any of these camps, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they say, well, you got one black parent, you win to get reparations. I think that you need to have 2 black parents. And I'll go as far as to have your grandparents got to be black too.
Well, that's how you have 2 black parents.
Yeah.
If your grandparents are black.
Yeah, so that means which we call 8 sides or 16 sides, if you get what I mean. That's genetics talk. On the lineage-based type of situation. So I don't know what your ethnicity is, like because some of the things are just like if you mind me asking before I go further, because this is a lineage-based like Negro people. No. What are you black from U.S. chattel slavery? Like we gotta verify.
Yeah, I'm black like I was born here, black. Like I'm black like that.
What Africans are born here, they consider themselves black. You kind of see where I'm kind of going at?
But see what you just said, Africans are born here. Hold on 1 second. They're saying it's an echo. Let me see if I can fix the echo.
Yeah, it is an echo. Oh, it's not no more.
No, you said it's. Hold on, let me listen. Let me see if I can hear this echo. Hold on. Bear with me 1 second. Because it wasn't like this yesterday, so let me just see how it sounds. I'm going to have you talk in 1 second. Yeah, can you talk for me?
Yep. Can you hear me? There's a little echo, but I can work through it.
Oh, yeah, that's bad. Hold on, let me see if I can fix where that echo is coming from. Hold on, give me 1 second. Maybe if I turn the volume down, let me see how high this volume is. All right, go ahead and talk now.
All right. So there's a history. I don't know if you're familiar with the lineage-based history or what has been going on. Because it first started off with ADOS. People didn't like that she was LGBTQ+. They thought this was a spin-off of Black Lives Matter, right? This is stuff you can Google. You can point to NOI as a source because they talked about it right now.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Now let's see. What did I do different? So I didn't have this mic problem yesterday. They're saying, well, it's not an echo on my end, which I don't believe it's an echo. I don't think it would be an echo on my end. Can you maybe wait, hold on 1 second. To NK Rebel, can you come off mic, please?
Yo.
Can you talk for me? I just want to see if it's an echo when you're talking.
Yo.
Yes,
a little echo on my side.
Let me see. Wait, man. I'm just playing it on my phone just to see if it. Yeah, it's a bad echo. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I do my audio. I'm gonna try that on there. Oh, this is bad work right here. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I turn the speakers down. Let me see if I turn the speakers down. I'll turn my mic down. Turn the background music down. All right, can y'all try? Can y'all try it now? The delineationalist.
Yo.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, what's up? My mic sound nice. Check one.
That's where we'll see. No, I don't have nothing else open. I don't have nothing else open. I don't know if it's because I'm close. I don't think I have. I'm just gonna check everything just to make sure I don't have anything else open. Bear with me 1 second. I did the exact same thing I did. Yeah, when you say, do I have an earpiece, and I got headphones on my head, man. Y'all don't have to keep telling me I sound fine. It's not. I know it's not me. It's when I'm hearing it on the other side. So I don't know what I can do differently than what I have here. I turned the background music off. Let's see. I had this problem before.
Can you hear me better now? Because
I don't hear no echo from you. When you talk on my side, I don't hear any echo at all from you. It's only the people. It's only you guys that are echoing on mine. And it's only coming in through my StreamYard. I'm gonna turn something off and turn something back on. Bear with me 1 second. I appreciate y'all patience as well. Let's see. Switch there. Switch there. Turn you down. Okay, try it now. Go ahead and talk now.
Testing. Still got the echo, but I can fight through it. Ain't no biggie.
All right, let's see. We'll try. We'll see if my audience on YouTube says it's too super loud. I don't have speakers. For those asking if I have speakers, I don't have speakers. All right, go ahead, delineationalist.
All right, thank you for allowing me to speak. So first things first about Dr. Yvette Cornell. She is a doctor, so I'm gonna give her that respect. Even though I might not agree with certain things. Her organization, I think, is called American Descendants of Slaves, not African Descendants of Slaves. So we have to get that cleared up. Second of all, what else? Some of the reason why the split came to be with her, and I think her was Tone Talks and her versus my man Tyreek. Half of the split was because of the lifestyle and a couple of other things. Even though the conversation, the delineation, as well as reparation amplified between those three parties to kind of give you some context. FBA was formed and during that time frame, and then also on top of that, there was an offshoot of people identified as Negroes, and then people who identified as free. Just kind of give you, and this happened within like a 5 to 10 year span. To give like a whole breakdown. Also, they got it, the American, it used to be called Descendants of Slaves, and that was from an elderly black man, I think out of Mississippi, who had the flag and all that stuff. I can't think of his name offhand. But you got to do a little research on that. That's where or came from. It didn't come from a white T woman. So I can't those are the misnomers. I think
when you say no, I said the name of the country came from a white woman.
But you said the name of African descendant slaves.
Oh, she's white. Oh, yeah.
And that's the thing that I'm corrected. I'm saying that
is her father white?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He said, wait. You got to hear what I'm saying first, right? So, and you got, you see how so when you gave your lens, right? What you gave from your lens, I fixed the echo, by the way. I had to unshare it and reshare it on my StreamYard, so we good. Oh, they said never mind, it's back. That's diabolical. So anyway, so from my lens, from your lens, you see how you said you got to have both. Parents got to be black, and then sometimes their grandparents got to be black. That's your lens. My lens is whatever your father is, that's what you are. So if your father's Asian, you're Asian. If your father's Arab, you're Arab. In this instance, she said her father is a white Jewish man. That's what she said out of her own mouth. So for us, when I'm calling her a white man, that's what she said.
Bro, I have to correct you on that.
Correct
That
me.
quote on Twitter, is her placing a quote in a blog called The Uncut, and the quote is from Anne Hathaway, not Yvette Carnell. Yvette Carnell posted the quote. Yvette Carnell said over and over again that her parents are black people from Georgia.
Thank you. I helped that. Now I got to correct my brother that sent me this because I hate getting bad information. So you're saying that she does have a black father.
Black father and mother.
Perfect. So
Yeah,
now
I think that episode talking about she talked about the Blue Vein Society, different things of that nature too, which is tied to Negroes who are octoroons, quadroons, etc.
Now she got like another thing is that ADOS came from Martin Luther King. That's where they got it from, and they're transparent about that they got that from Martin Luther King. I forget which book or something.
But what about the brother who created the flag, the OG in Mississippi?
If I could,
You kind of
I'll get to that. I'll get to that. I'll get to that.
Y'all
I don't remember the dude's name, but
hey,
as ADOS started to.
I don't think y'all understand how I run the show here. All right. I'm not concerned as much with ADOS. I appreciate y'all giving me that history. I think that history is important. So she's not a white woman, for the record. The brother said that she's posting a hold on, let me text this brother. She's not white. That's a quote.
If you go to the Twitter,
if you unmute again, you ain't gonna be on this live. Thank you. That's a quote. And I know you're not trying to be rude, but I'm dealing with an echo, so I'm trying to get rid of the echo. So when you unmute on your own, I'm trying to work with the echo. All right, appreciate it. So my point in bringing that up was that I didn't even know that she's a lesbian. And so what's more important to me outside of clearing up the white thing is that how can you have, now you can't unmute Dawood, how can you have a movement for black people led by a lesbian? We've seen how that worked with the Black Lives Matter movement. That was not about a man. It was only about women. So how could we believe that this is a
all right. Okay. Now she does try to act manly. That's under at least in her appearance. Let me finish. Her appearance ain't the typical feminine appearance in.
She got a wife though.
No, she don't.
When I just typed,
that's the whole thing about her. She never openly said that she's LGBT, or has the only person said that was Boyce Watkins said it, and he's a known liar. So we don't know what she hasn't said or confirmed that she's LGBT. She's never done that. As a matter of fact, she goes at the LGBT community. I'm not saying that to prove whether she is or she's not, but she has never said that she's LGBT or that she has a wife. She's never said that. The only true way you can find out somebody's on it, they say, if they admit that I'm on that. And she's never done that. And if you evaluate her political statements and her opinions,
it sounds like you got an agenda a little bit because
I know
what I'm seeing,
you're just speaking in falsehood, man.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. Like I took the quote from her Twitter. I don't mind a correction on that. But as I'm asking, because I'm not saying she is, I wasn't even looking for that. When I typed on Google, which I did in front of everybody, which they can all see, it came up and said Yvette Carnell's wife. And then I clicked the link and I said, does she? So I'm not accusing or unaccusing. And as I put, you gotta shut, you gotta be quiet, dude. You gotta be quiet.
If you found it on Google, what's your wife's name?
You're gonna find yourself in what they call the goo. Because when I saw it, I saw live, and I clearly just said, "Is she?" And so when the people in my chat on YouTube, let me show y'all what I see. So I'll give y'all an example. I'm gonna show y'all what I see. I'm gonna put my StreamYard. I don't know. Is this gonna? I don't know if y'all can see this. So when y'all go to my StreamYard, which y'all can see right here, I'm gonna move my face over to here. I'm gonna put my face there. Let me bring this over some so y'all can actually see it. Oh, wait, stop. So when I put this right here, when you see my chat, you see never been denied, download female. Hold on, let me scroll up. Wait, I'm trying to scroll up to show y'all what they were saying in my chat. Oh, you see all the echo complaints too. Y'all can see all the echo complaints as well. My ISUBK Brooklyn brother said you just now knowing that. So when you look at in my chat, they're saying this. So this ain't something that is just me just finding out. This is apparently what other people have been saying. And when I look at this picture right here, let me move my face. Let me blow this up. When I look at that picture right there, that does not look like a woman that I would say is not a lesbian. I'm sorry. You see, if anybody see a picture like that, what are y'all thinking about said woman? That's what I thought. So delineation of this, did you have anything else that you wanted to say?
Yeah, it was a couple of things. One for the record, I'm not advocating for Dr. Yvette Cornell. I don't think she has publicly stated about who she's connected with or who might be her rib, if you get what I mean. That was something that was never really discussed because she has a political analyst background. So she more or less talks about politics and analyze certain things from a reparational or lineage-based perspective. From an American Senate slave
So
perspective.
it's horrible. Hold on a second. I almost want to stop the TikTok.
And you can't base things off of appearance, sir. Either they have to announce that and move in that action. Because there's a lot.
Yeah, I just asked you to hold on.
Yeah. So somebody
I just asked you to hold on 1 second, dude. Thank you. It's not you. It's just that when I can hear the echo, I'm just trying to get rid of the echo. I don't know why it's echoing. I'm just trying to get rid of it. Can you go ahead and talk again?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on 1 second before you do that. Hey, when somebody said it's only when I screen share. So can y'all hear him when I'm not screen sharing on my YouTube? Can y'all hear him when I'm not screen sharing? I'm just asking my people on YouTube. Oh, y'all can. Then I ain't got to share the screen. Maybe that's it. I don't have to share the screen at all. Okay. All right. I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that at all. I thought that y'all could not, maybe that's why the echo is there. I thought that y'all could only hear him if I screen shared it. That's what I thought. So give me a 1 in the chat. I want you to start talking again, delineation. I think that might have been it.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I want you to go ahead and talk.
All right,
then they gonna
so
tell
just
me
for
in
the
the chat if
record,
it's an echo.
because I was around at the beginning of ADOS, all this stemmed from the Dr. Darity report. What is wrong with the racial wealth gap? That's what kind of calloused the conversation about reparations from an economic perspective, and it became politicized during that time frame, even up to this present day.
Right.
So to kind of give you, Dr. Darity was the individual who I like his recommendations, all but saying that you need to have one person. It doesn't matter if it's male or female. They just say there needs to be one person that's connected to U.S. chattel slavery, this, that, and the third. I'm against that. I want two. But all the other recommendations I'm cool with. That which caused that's what caused Descendants of Slave, ADOS, and that movement was formed, right? That was formed with Dr. Yvette and the Esquire, or the lawyer, Antonio Moore. Both of them So it's a male and female, brother, that is heading that kind of movement or heading that type
Anytime
of
you add
fight.
gays to a movement, it's always bad. That's
Hey,
just
hey, 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 I'm hey, this is half the reason why I got my own thing. But I don't. I'm from the era of I don't judge them. I just build something better and keep it moving. But and learn from the mistakes, because there's some information that she does present is very good. Some of my book collection in regards to some of the books that she has presented.
Mhm.
So
So she
for
ain't
us
write
to
the book.
read,
You mean she suggested books to read?
yeah, she suggested different books for like the different arguments when it comes to lineage-based discussions, right? I could pull off like 5 to 10 books from my shelf that's contribute to some of the advancement when it comes to lineage-based conversations. So I'm not gonna really throw mud at the doctor because of some of the things that she has contributed that is positive. So I'm the type of individual you get the meat, spit out the bones, and keep it going.
You get the what?
Eat the meat and spit out the bones. So no homo. So the other aspect that I wanted to touch upon is some of the problems with her was considered provocative is that she took shots at Dr. Claude Anderson. That was a no-no. Her taking shot at Dr. Francis Cress Wilson, that was a no-no.
Yeah, I love Francis
So-
Cress Wilson.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of giving you some of the reasons why some of the people, such as myself and maybe others, they splintered off. Either they splintered off to FBA, they splintered off to Freedman, they splintered off to Negro, due to the fact of those type of telltale signs. And what made it more provocative is one, she had a whole show dissing Dr. Claude Anderson. That's a no-no, right? That
You
is
said
the
she had
father
a
of
whole what?
reparation. Episode on Breaking Brown dissing Dr. Claude Anderson. I watched it live. I was commenting saying that was not a good look. You don't disrespect the man who contributed his whole life to the plight of Negroes and Black American folks. And I would say the architect when it comes to delineation, right? He was informing Black people about the effects of immigration and how it was impacting us as a people. That we were going to be no longer a second-class citizen in America, all the way to third and fourth. To give you more context, you can't do that. So those are just some of the no-nos that she did. Some of the yay-yays that she did. She did put the reparation discussion on the front of the New York Times, where that people are acknowledging that they're having a movement to the point that the DNC and other political operatives
That's what
lied
made me
on
wonder
them.
about the dad part, because whenever I see Black movements get to the forefront like that, like if we look at Black Lives Matter and that get put to the forefront, I always wonder what white man is backing them. Like I remember finding out some of the NAACP, we found out they had Jewish backing and stuff like that. So I always wonder about that backing.
That I don't know.
Mm.
And that's something that I'm not privy to because I'm not a member of ADOS. Like I had people that I kind of loosely associate with, you know what I mean?
Right.
They don't treat me to that. That I don't know. And personally, I don't, that's not my business per se. I have my own situation to worry about respectfully. But they have been in existence for at least about 5 to 10 years. Organization format about 5 years. So just to kind of give you a little bit more context. Yes, there are some I would say Skittle warriors in there. That's some of the reasons why some of the people.
Yeah, it looked like
the reason
it looked
why
like
people
Yvette is the
broke off.
head Skittle warrior.
Hey, bro. Again, I don't know if she is or isn't. I'm just giving you the context and trying to rope a Negro up in this. Come on now, Cap. You know
I'm
you're wrong
just
for
saying
that.
it looked like. I mean, I was. Anybody watching this live, you're gonna see I wasn't even looking for that because I wasn't thinking like that. I was just thinking, I'm looking up the ethnic background, and then it just had wife, and that's when I saw the Skittles. That's a good one. I can use Skittles now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You know
can
I
use
got all
Skittles.
different.
Yeah.
You gotta
you gotta
if you read-
update that lingo on because TikTok, you can only say like certain things on TikTok. So you gotta kind of like update. Mhm.
Yeah,
But I
I'll
appreciate
make
that.
sure
Was there
so-
anything else you want to talk? Because I didn't want to spend too much time on that. Now you ain't got to get off the stage, of course. But is there anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, just half of the reason, like because there was a couple Skittle warriors in the group, That's what caused informed FBA. FBA was more at that time frame about family, different things of that nature, which was head by Brother Tyreek. And then you also had to break off with the sons and daughters of freedmen, that's Naheem and the other individuals, to give you kind of the full scope of why these are various different spin-offs and the reasons
But
why
I think
they
they're
exist to this day.
concerned more so with just getting money from America. I don't think they're concerned with black people at all.
That could be the case.
Because,
but
and I
the
say
thing
that
is,
because, like,
with reparation,
when I talk to most people in FBAs, when you start bringing out morality, right? So there's a video on YouTube. A brother in my school was having a conversation with someone that considers himself FBA. They're having a conversation about Skittles or the LBGTQ. And the brother from the FBA says that they're just a lineage. They're not about yes, the A62 number is still attendance for class Monday. That's correct. So as they're talking, most people that identify as all the different things that you said, ADOS, FBA, and the freedmen, I don't see morality anywhere in any of them. The only thing I see is identifying who's who. So when reparations comes, we can make sure that people that don't deserve it don't get it, which I'm not against that. I'm not against somebody not getting it that don't deserve it. So I don't want people, because I think people be sensitive when I talk about this, like, because it sounds like it's just a hustle to get money from the white man. So we're gonna make sure we got everybody lined up to get this money from a white man. That would it sound
well,
like.
I gotta push back on that. Reparations is that's old, first of all.
I'm
So
not saying that it's not old. That's why I agree that America
so
has a
you
debt to
gotta-
pay.
So that's the premise. On top of that, based off the Dr. Darity report in 2053, Negro Black American people here on this land is going to be a wealthless group. That was the reason why the push for reparations was in order, sir. To kind of give you context, how they approach
No, but
it.
you see, I'm talking about two different things. What I'm saying is, what you're saying strengthens my belief on what I think this is. What I think the movements is delineating who's who, so that if reparations ever is distributed out, the correct people can get it. But you don't care what the correct people are doing with their personal lives.
I could see the morality aspect of it. That was the reason why I have my situation.
Right.
We're a Christian.
So
faith.
now you see
so
what
like,
right.
So I don't. I
right.
like. But the thing is, I don't. How can I say it? The morality aspect. That's something for me to exercise with my membership and my people in my organization to push forward based on Christian values. What I'm not going to do is institute that against other people who are non-believers. That would be a waste of my time.
Somebody asked in my chat, they said, if we agree on reparations, then what are we talking about? My reparations is a little bit more extreme, right? What I mean by, like, reparations for me is like, you know, their life. That's where reparations would start for me. I remember my leader, Commander Jenny Hanna, said, if America really wanted to be right, why not give us land, like carve out Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, carve out land, and then they stay on that side, we stay on that side. Then we'll
Can I respond to that?
Yeah, then we'll say that. I just want to respond to the sister in the chat on TikTok.
Yeah, I wanted to respond to the land aspect.
Wait,
of it
I will.
Because,
I will let you respond. 1 second. The Loves World says, also for political reasons, we don't want non-FBA speaking for us. Technically, according to what delineationist tells me, my brother Daniel, that I had a good conversation, and what Tariq would even say, I am FBA. So you can't say I'm a non-FBA, because if we're talking about being a foundational Black American, I am a foundational Black American. But I do like that she said you can't have non-FBA speaking for us, because now it does sound like y'all do have a delineation. So I just think that without morality, we're not gonna get nothing. Like I'm gonna let you go after this. This reparations thing is a pipe dream. It could happen, but from experience of America, just experience in America, they have never given black people anything as much as black people have begged for it from them. But when black people didn't get just anything from them, we were able to build in spite of it. So why wouldn't we focus on bringing some type of morality to get back to doing that, building in spite of not receiving? Like, why can't both things be done at the same time? Let's say if FBA is separating themselves, but then bringing out a morality of how we're going to live this way. Why couldn't they do both? I'll give you the floor.
All right, so morality, you got to have resources to defend and protect your morality. So you can have all the moralism you want, but if you're depending on the system that's abusing you, you're going to end up caving to those demands and also weakening your morality. And that's some of the problems why we need to have reparations. He who has the goal controls the rules. We already know these type of things. That's why reparation should be in order and why reparations is on the top part of the list. Now you talked about land. We talked about Special Field Order 15. That's for the Negroes. On the Negro side of the lineage-based collective movement, or what we're talking about, where we want a certain carved out of land. But the problem is with land, you have certain situations like Bruce's Beach, where they have used certain policies that landlock and destroy the land so you can't cultivate it to the ways that it might be useful and beneficial. And just like in California,
Hey,
the
Love's
family
World says
sold
she
it
didn't
back.
call me non-FBA. Appreciate that. I'll take it back. Go ahead, delineation.
Yeah. Yep, no problem. But the thing is with the land is that they end up with the land is that they ended up giving it back to the state of California. And that's the problem with land. They could give you a box of rocks with no minerals, no nothing, and that land is destitute and it won't be productive to the people. But if you have the money and the land and the resources and the protective laws and policies, that will be a true reparations because there are 5 or 6 different pillars when it comes to reparations. You have to guarantee that the victims that are harmed, that will never happen again. If you're just asking for land, you will have racial land covenants. You have different things that could devalue that repair. So I think if you look at the United Nations, they have an outline of what reparations should be. If you want to look at reparations packages, you can point to the small hat community that you talk about because they have a prestige reparations plan. And I'll yield it there.
But so now everything that you said, and the reason why I said, well, I do want to say 2 things. I do want to apologize again to Love's World for thinking you was talking about me. I do apologize again. That's 2 apologies because I'm a real nigga. Second, to the person on my YouTube that said they got smoked, the number is pinned. The number to call in is 917-590-5781. Or you can click the link at the top and you could come in through the restream and we can watch you through that way. But don't say you can't, get access, or you can come on TikTok and join that way. So there's 3 different ways you can get beat real bad. Everything that you said, when you go with black people with morality, this is why morality beats money all day. And I'm gonna show a Bible verse real fast. So if you're looking at my screen, if you go to, I think it's Ecclesiastes 7 and 12, this verse right here that I'm reading. It says, "For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it." So with everything that you're saying, as far as the reparations go, during segregation and Jim Crow, I read historically how we did by just being with each other. Is it harder? Yes. Is it unachievable though? No. Morality is always going to supersede money because we do not, as much as we're asking for reparations, black people do not have a money problem. We do not. We have a morality problem. I see drug dealers make millions of dollars a year selling that poison to our people. They sell it, and then the addicts buy it. We don't have a problem with money. We have a problem with morality. We have a problem. Even the term when some people try to say, well, a dollar doesn't stay in the city, doesn't stay in the black community long. A part of that problem that you got to get rid of first, a part of the money of that problem you have to get rid of is that the electric that we pay, the mortgage, the rent, you got to minus that part of the money and then see what we're looking at from there. Then from there, you have to say, well, why aren't we loyal to each other? There's something called support black business. The reason why there's a term called support black business is because we left black business. So we can say FBA, you can say Israelite. I'll throw us in there. You can say Israelite, FBA, Christian. You can say all of that. But if there's no morality, if there's no code of ethic, if there's no rules, it's not going to matter. You mentioned the small hats. The small hats are loyal to each other no matter what. Democrats and Republicans are loyal to each other no matter what. We are not loyal to each other. We are not. We don't have rules. We don't have codes. We don't have nothing. That's the biggest failure. And so as you present the argument about what we can do with reparations, I'm not going to argue with that. But if we were loyal to ourselves, are you familiar with, and then I got two other people on here. So delineation, after I ask you this question, and I'm going to let you respond, and then I'm going to go to the other two. Are you familiar when a couple of years ago when the LA Clippers owner had said some racial stuff, and then the Clippers, they came out, they played the game, but they wore the jersey backwards. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, but I'm not much of a sports head.
No, I'm not even saying it from a sports head position, but I'm saying it for this reason. Donald Sterling, I believe, was the Jewish man's name. He was the owner of the Clippers. And here's what he said. As he ended up selling the team, but this is what he said. He said, this is not real. I'm paraphrasing what he said. This is not real. He said, because Magic Johnson and all of them, they want to play with me. They want to sit with me. In my community, we wouldn't have the poor because we would set up provisions and stuff like that to make sure that they're not. We would use our wealth to help them. We don't have a problem with morality. There's a lot of black people that are wealthy, but there's not a lot of black people that help other people get the same thing in return. It just doesn't exist. So morality beats money all day. I'll let you respond, and then I'm gonna go to the other two people that are on the show.
I would say morality
And
with money.
before you go, pan me to the brother that just joined in my StreamYard. I'm gonna bring you in that order. I'm finished talking to this brother. I got two other brothers in front of you. Then I'm gonna come to you. Go ahead, brother.
My perspective is morality with money. Again, you could defend your morality
That's the
with
verse.
resources.
Yeah, that's the verse. That's why it says wisdom is a defense and money is a defense. That's why I read the verse.
But the thing is, you're just saying morality trumps all that, and I'm telling you that might not be the case. When I point to Dr. Darity, what is wrong with the racial wealth gap? You should pull that up. There's 10 myths, and you have mentioned a lot of the myths and the reasons why we need reparations.
Say it again. What
is wrong with the racial wealth gap?
Okay.
By Dr. Darity, who is an economist. See, this is why we need to have economists in all different areas of expertise to speak on these matters. Respectfully.
Speaking on a matter, what can always work, the action of the matter is where we fail. That's where we fail. The actions that it take to execute. Like, and this is why I love my organization, ISUBK, because as we're talking, if we say we got to have better schools, if we say we got to have better education, if we say we got to have a better morality, if we say we got to pay tithes, we got to pay donations, we got to do all these things so that we can get out of this condition, you know what we do in my school? We go and do it. So we don't just talk. Now I'm not putting you in that category. You said you have your organization, you have your elders. So I'm not talking about you, but predominantly speaking, we don't do that. As a people, it's a good song and dance. It's a good thing to read. But if we got to put those things in action, how many out here, as people celebrate this Black Friday, are people going to support Black business? If a brother comes up with a good idea, how many people are going to support it without wanting a hookup? Without, like, they'll pay $5,000 for a pocketbook that only costs $35 to make. But if a brother makes $100 product, they'll say, hey, let me get it for 50. That's our problem. Our problem is not identifying what's wrong. Our problem is executing and putting in place what is wrong. Now,
I'll agree with you to a certain extent, and I'll mute up. Dr. Claude Anderson has also talked about that, and he also talked about having what they consider a code of conduct. You got to keep in mind that the reparations movement, lineage-based, is something that has been working on for the past 10 to 15 years.
Right. I'm
so
aware
it's
of that.
really fresh on the scene. So to have these high expectations when they're still growing and they're still trying to find themselves, I think that that's a wrong approach to critically analyze that talking point. And I really think you need to pull up what is wrong with the racial wealth gap and some of the things that you say.
I was Googling it, but I didn't get the man.
It's there.
No.
Darity.
No, what I want to
Darity.
Wait, stop. Say the name again.
Dr. Darity.
Spell her name. Can you spell it for me?
Dariety.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for
and
earlier when you said that.
The institution will pop up as well, and what he have done and the work for reparations.
Listen,
again,
just to jump on what you're saying with William Darity. So when I pulled it up, when the first thing that popped up, it says the racial wealth gap isn't a glitch in the system, but a fundamental outcome of the system itself, perpetuated by historical and ongoing policies and discrimination. I'm gonna recommend a book for you. There's a book that I have, right? I talk about this book all the time. I'm gonna put it on my screen real fast, and then I'm gonna take the next person. Black Image. There's a book right here. Let me put it over here on my screen. Just waiting for it to pop up. This book right here, right? On my screen. It's written by George N. Fredrickson. It's called The Black Image and the White Mind. It's a debate on.
Sound like a spin of Black Skin, White Mask.
Well, I don't know when that book was written, but this book was written. And it's right here on the page. It says the debate on Afro-American character and destiny from 1817 to 1914. And when you read this book, when you go into this book, and what the doctor said made me think about this book. In this book, it'll tell you that this system wasn't made for Black people to excel in it. It breaks it down back then. So when I see Doc saying the same thing, he's right. Which is why I always go back to, you have to look at how you can take advantage of what this system has. But then we as a people have to also be able to work outside of this system to establish our own at the same time. So that's what I would say. But again, you ain't got to get off the stage, but the other people have been waiting a long time. So I do want to get.
Yeah, I do want to respond to you afterwards. I'll wait for you though.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And one more thing before I bring NK Rebel, you're going to be next. Before I bring him on, there was a person that in my chat that said, you coming for us SBAs because your group is full of tethers. That's all. I'm not, my official position, I'm not coming at FBAs at all. I don't even have an issue with FBAs other than having some type of morality. But because you're not a movement, I can no longer hold you to that, which I found out, which I confirmed last week. So I don't have no issue with FBA except there's no morality. But the way you phrase it and the way it was explained to me, FBA is like a new way of not saying African American. So it's just an identifier. So that's my only thing. There's just no morality, but I can't even hold y'all because y'all not pushing morality. So I can't say nothing else. NK Rebel, you there?
Yeah, but I'm here.
What's going on, brother? You got a question or comment? It don't have to be on the subject. It could be on anything you want.
Okay, bet. Because earlier I heard you say, I'm not sure what you were speaking on, but you said you don't have to speak just because you have a mouth. That's the point of order.
Yes.
All right. Now, with that being said, what I'm hearing is the order of God, because a lot of people skip over the verse in Romans 3 and 4 to let every man be a liar. So my question is, what is the order of God?
Oh, in what context? If we go by order of God,
In the
the mo-
context of giving the information of God.
the head of every woman is the man. The head of the man is Christ. The head of Christ is the Most High. That would be the order. So I would say when it comes to teaching, the men, Ezekiel 34 and 31 says, the flock of my pasture are men. So it would be the men leading the structure of class. Women, if you go to like the book of Titus, for example, Titus, I think is it 2? It says the age women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things. So that would be what I would say.
So basically, man would be the head of class, and when it comes to men being in class, Christ would be the head of that class, right?
In well, in class, Christ is the overall head. The Most High is the overall head. Period. Christ is the second, and then men are collective. What does that mean? If we're in a classroom environment, there's one instructor. There's not multiple instructors. Like if you come to our school, we don't have 3 people teaching the class. There's one man teaching the class, and it's always the highest ranking man in the room. So whoever is the highest ranking man in the room, he teaches the class.
I'm glad you said that. So, according to mankind, man has to be taught by the highest ranking when it comes to giving God's information, and that highest ranking is Christ, right?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to follow you. I don't want to get lost.
Okay, I'm a
Christ is not physically here, but he sent men or prophets to carry on the work. So in ISBK, for example, we believe those 7 men were Ariyah, Yaiqua, Masha, Lahab, Kazak, Yeshaya. I think I said all 7. And so then you had the commanding Jenny Hannes come after that. You had other people come after that, XYZ like that. And we just carry on those traditions. So in our school, we have our tradition. So in New York, I would be the highest ranking man. But if you go to Chicago, Mawquad is the highest ranking man. You go to Texas, Yachty is the highest ranking man. Go to Cali, Goodall. So it just depends on where you're at.
Okay, so with that being said, because it sounds like we passing on information from the past. Christ came and taught the truth, and then he passed it down to other people who passed it down to us today. I'm getting that right?
Yeah, in Hebrews 5, and I'll go another verse. In Hebrews 5 and 12, it says, before you must first be taught. Before you first can be a teacher, you must first be taught, which are the first principles of the oracle of God.
Right. Before you can be a teacher, you must first be taught.
Correct.
And in Hebrews 5 and 1, it states that the teacher is the high priest that's ordained for men, risen from among men, and things pertaining to God.
Like, can you just get me where you're getting to? Because I don't want to keep it. Sound like we trying to pinpoint who's a teacher. Can you give me like your overall end game on it? Like, where are you going?
Yeah. What I'm getting at is, no man on earth should be teaching unless they have heard from the high priest risen from among men. That's my standpoint.
You got a Bible verse for that?
Well, really, you just read it in Hebrews 5 and 12. How can you teach unless you be
But
taught?
that's not a high priest that risen. That's the writer of Hebrews saying that. So you're saying, and this is how stupid you sound. So you're saying that a high priest has to be risen up to learn from, but your proof text is from somebody that wrote it that wasn't risen up.
No, my proof is from the living man who's the high
That ain't
priest
what
today.
No, you didn't say that. I asked you to give me a Bible verse. You said, well, you just read it, and you said Hebrews 5 and 12, But when we read Hebrews 5 and 12, that's a man that wasn't risen up, correct?
Okay, I can give you another one.
Wait, slow down. Answer the question. Was that from a man that wasn't risen up?
No.
So Hebrews 5 and 12 was written by a man that was risen up?
Hebrews 5 and 12 is speaking on the order of law, or the order of God.
I asked you, this what you said, brother. You said that we have to learn from a high priest that was risen up. And I said, can you give me a verse for that? And you said, well, it's the verse that you just read, Hebrews 5 and 12. And then I said, well, that's not written by a high priest that was just risen up. So
right.
You got to make up your mind.
Okay, what I'm saying is
are you talking about, do you believe a man is Jesus or God or something like that? Because that's the vibe I'm getting here. I'm getting the vibe like you believe that there's a man on earth that is Jesus or God, the Most High, or something like that.
After I answer that, can I bring out my scripture? Because I feel like you're gonna drop me down after that. So after I answer the question, can I bring out my scripture?
I haven't dropped you down yet. That's a false assumption. If your deity or whatever taught you, you should have been able to discern a little better than that.
All right, so I'm asking you a question. After I answer your question, can I bring out my verse?
Yes.
All right, so my answer to that question is yes. Now, we are in Matthew 23. I'm going to read from 8, and I'm going to stop at 11. So again, my standpoint is no man on earth should be teaching unless they have been taught by the master teacher, which is the high priest risen from among men. So we in Matthew 23 and 8. Again, I'm going to stop at 11. But be not ye called rabbi. Rabbi means teacher. Whether you want to say bishop, pastor, whatever name you want to put on it, rabbi means teacher. Be not ye called rabbi, for one is your master, even Christ, and all ye are brethren. Like you said earlier, Christ is the head of every man. Christ is the master teacher. And call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your Father, which is in heaven. Heaven will be the understanding that God placed on Christ. Neither be ye called masters, for one is your master, even Christ. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant. This servant is the one that God chooses to bring forth the information of God. So my question is, who is the greatest among us today who is bringing forth the information of God? Because last time I checked, the devil deceived the world.
For me, the greatest among us today, for me, is Commander General Yohana in ISUPK. And he's a servant, which is what this verse is talking about. And to show that false God, who's your false God? Is his name Yaju?
I wouldn't say false God, but yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, no, I beat the hell out of him twice already. He didn't even know the Bible. He did. Listen, I could put the video up. He didn't even know the Bible. He thought transatlantic slip Deuteronomy 28:68. He said that was in Genesis. He didn't even know the Bible when I was beating the heck out of him on the street.
Let's not get too.
I'm not getting too far from it. In verse 11, it says, "He that is greatest among you shall be your servant." Right.
Mm-hmm.
That means that there are greater men than others. Right.
Right.
Thank you. In verse 9, when it says, "Call no man father on earth," can you call your father father?
No.
So you can't call your birth father father?
No, because
so the same man, no problem. I got your answer. You said no. In Mark 7, did Christ not say, for Moses said, honor thy father and thy mother? What father is Christ talking about?
Christ.
What mother is he talking about?
The Spirit.
So Moses, so Moses was talking about Christ when he wrote that law, honor your mother?
Yeah.
And he was talking about the spirit when he said, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. So you should have had better, you could have cut me right there. So you said Moses was talking about Christ when he said father and spirit when he was talking about mother?
Yeah, I'm gonna slightly correct myself. Father is God, but the spirit is placed in Christ. So that's why I said Christ. But yeah.
So in
that's
the
my
law,
template.
when Moses put in the law, honor your mother and father, you're saying he was talking about God and the spirit?
Yes.
I need a verse. Can I get a book chapter verse for that, please?
Hold on. Because we going too far from the high priest.
We're not going nowhere. No. You went to Matthew's 23, 9 through 11. There's always going to be a great over men. It's always.
But who is the greatest? Who is the greatest?
Christ is the greatest.
Okay, so is your teacher Christ?
Y'all Jew? No, and neither is y'all Jew.
Okay,
he's a weed smoking fornicator who
Okay,
put his
brother.
who put his women in harm's way. One of his women got smacked up in front of my camp. We had to save her life. Christ ain't never did that.
Brother, listen, whether you believe Yahoo is Christ,
all I want you to do is show me the verse where the honor thy mother and father is talking about the Most High and the Spirit. That's what I want. Book, chapter, verse. I didn't even know the mother. I ain't never heard nobody tell me the mother, honor thy mother and thy father, because Christ is the one talking in Mark the 7th chapter. In Mark the 7th chapter, let me see what it says. It says, Mark 7:9 says, full well ye reject the commandment of God that ye may keep your own tradition. For Moses said, honor thy father and thy mother. That commandment came from God. And to honor your mother and father is talking about your parents. You're telling me it's talking about the Most High and the Spirit. Can I get the verse for that, please?
I got you.
Okay.
I mean, we never left Matthew, because what does Matthew say?
Can I get the verse, please?
I got you. We in Matthew 23. We're not leaving Matthew.
Okay, go ahead. Matthew 23 is going to answer my question.
Mm-hmm.
And so I need you to do that. I need you to do that for me. Wait, hold on. Before you respond, hold on. To the caller that just joined, just stay on mute for a second. I'm going to bring you on after I get these other calls. Appreciate it. Go ahead.
All right. So Matthew 23:9. Call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your father, which is in heaven. So where is your father?
So now I'm going to use the Bible to answer your question. I want everybody to pay attention. He has not answered mine. When I read Matthew 23, when he read Matthew 23 and I read Mark 7, it's the same person speaking, which is Christ. So Christ in one verse saying you got to honor your mother and father. In another verse, he's saying don't call no man father. In Matthew 23, he's scolding the Pharisees who wanted to be called father and rabbi and masters, but they were not servants, which is what verse 11 is talking about. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant. You see that same sentiment echoed in Ephesians the 6th chapter, when it says, servants, be obedient to them that are your masters according to the flesh. Now we know in the Bible, there's multiple masters, there's multiple servants. Then when you get to verse 9, same chapter, it says, and ye masters do the same things unto them, forbearing threatening, knowing that your master also is in heaven. So although there are masters on earth, the master over us all in heaven requires the master to be the servant. So now, when he asked the question about the father, let's read that in the Bible. This is Hebrews 12:9. It says, furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh. Again, the Bible is saying something totally different than what he's saying. It says, we have had fathers of our flesh, which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? So we all have a physical father, and we all have the spiritual father, which is the Most High. So now I've answered your question. Can you show me book, chapter, verse that when Moses said, honor thy mother and father, he was talking about the Most High and the mother is the spirit?
Brother, I just gave you my verse.
The verse
It
that you
says, "For
gave
one
did not
is your
show that the
Father which is
mother,
in heaven."
the verse that you gave did not show that when Moses wrote that law, the father was the Most High and the mother was the spirit. You're saying that. So where is the verse that says that the spirit is the mother,
Brother,
according
again,
to what Moses wrote in the law?
this is the verse that I'm giving you again.
So you don't have an answer.
I gave you my answer.
That's not the answer. You supposed to
Okay,
show.
so-
I don't think you understand how this works. I'm gonna try it one more time. And you made the claim, like when you asked me about, well, how is this your father? How do you answer that? I went directly to a verse that showed we have a physical father, we give him reverence. We have a spiritual father, why not be in subjection unto him? Is Yahju your father?
Yes, when it comes to the information of God, yes.
But I thought you ain't supposed to call no man father.
You got to understand.
He just said,
if
"Oh,
God
you just
is
cut
the
yourself.
Father-
Oh, you just cut
No,
yourself."
I did.
You earlier you made a statement. You first said when I asked you about the honor the father, you first said it was Christ. Then you said,
Correct.
I gotta correct myself. That father is the Most High. That's what you
which
said.
is in Christ. That's what I said.
No. But the
You-
father,
if
but the
you
father
recording
is
it, so you
not.
can go back and replay
The
it.
father is not Christ, though, right?
The Father is Christ.
So you believe Jesus is God?
Yeah.
So then Yahju is your God too.
Correct.
Let me show
Christ is the God. Christ is our God.
God.
Christ is the head of every man.
God. Christ is the head of every man, but Christ has a head, don't he?
Exactly.
So if Christ, did you just say exactly? Do you know how stupid you sound? First he said Jesus is God and he's our head, but then he said Jesus got a head. So if Jesus got a head, how could he be God?
Because Christ is being directed by God. Man is being directed by Christ. So Christ will be the God of man.
But you said Jesus is the Father.
Brother, again.
Is Jesus the Father?
Yes.
Is Jesus the Most High?
Yes.
But does Jesus have a God?
Yes.
Do y'all see the problem here, ladies and gentlemen?
The problem is man doesn't want to get in order. Because God leads Christ.
No.
Christ leads man.
Christ
Can I help him out, brother T? It's 1 Corinthians 11:3. He doesn't like. I'm a strong in the word, and I'm gonna help you out, brother. And I peeped how you used my Bible verse in the chat, but didn't want to give a black man credit.
Who?
See,
I
I
did?
don't
You
do
said
that,
I did?
Jack. No, I'm talking about Brother Rebel.
Oh,
That Bible verse that he quoted,
Uh-huh.
he quoted from another man that I put in the chat, but he didn't know the sword what he was using, and he cut himself.
Brother,
Picking up another man's sword and he cut himself.
But I'm not
So
even
I
paying
put
attention
the
to the comment.
wait. So allow me to assist you, brother, because I ain't gonna make you look Christianity look
wait,
bad.
now before you
1
assist him,
Corinthians
wait.
11:3.
Before you assist him, right? Do you believe that Jesus is the Most High too?
No, I know that God, there's order. God, Jesus,
That's
man,
not what I
and that's
asked
the
you.
order.
That's not what I asked
I don't think I don't consider him the most high, but he is the mediator between me and God. I
believe that he's the mediator too, but he's not God.
Yeah, I can't get to God without Jesus.
I agree with that too.
That's where
I'm just making sure. I'm just
man.
making sure you're on the page of he's not the Most High. I agree with the mediator. He is the mediator. That's what the Bible says. But he's not the Most High. Okay, go ahead. He gonna try to help you. Go ahead. Let me see what you got.
So
I'm gonna let it
was
slide that you unmuted, but go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry, man.
No,
I
go
just
ahead,
didn't
go
want to. I just got tired of this man getting verbally abused, and I couldn't let him do that with him using my sword, man. I was like, no, brother, nah.
And he
So,
a Christian like you. He a Christian like you.
So first Corinthians First Corinthians 11:3. Sorry about the wind in the background.
It's
First
all right. It's
Corinthians
all right, brother.
11:3. That's one of the orders. I could point to a couple other ones that highlights the order between God, Jesus, and man,
Right.
which shows that there's a spiritual order that is divine that needs to be followed. And that also ties into the call. If that man is not per se called to and not connected, then you can't get your teachings in the spiritual connection as well. So it's a whole lot of things that's tied to it, brother. You're more than welcome to go to Sunday school
Yeah,
with me on Sunday, man.
Sunday
We'll
school
help
is
you out.
diabolical. Wait,
So
wait,
now that you
NK Rebel,
responded,
NK Rebel, before you respond, because I'm gonna give you the floor, but I gotta put this on the table because what you did, which was diabolical, you said Yaju was your father, but you said that the Father is the Most High. So you're calling Yaju the Most High?
is not the spirit placed in Christ?
I just need an answer to the question. Are you calling
That's
the
a yes.
Father?
That's a yes.
Yeah.
That's a yes. I'm
And
gonna
your
stand on
Father,
it.
the
You
Most
don't
High.
believe the same thing I believe in.
Yeah, I know.
Captain T. Don't
That's
throw that on me.
that's why you shouldn't have unmuted, because you're gonna get in that. Don't get in this car, brother. Do not get in this car. So the Most High got to go to the white man to get a petition signed and go back to Ethiopia. That's what you're saying?
No, the Most High.
The
gets
Most
his
High. That's
information
what
from
Yaju doing. Yaju right now got a petition to Ethiopia. He the Most High, and he subjected himself to American authority.
The petition only brings awareness for
Why
the
does
people
he?
to
Why does
understand.
when has the Most High ever needed a petition from any government?
Brother, I don't want to get too far. from
Somebody
what-
said he
what
gave
we-
up on it. Now the Most High quit on a petition. So you saying the Most High came here to get high and subject himself under the white man's government? That's what you're telling me.
Brother, regardless.
Ain't no regardless.
No.
I need answers.
Hold on,
If he,
hold on.
I ain't never seen the Most High come down here and subject himself to the white man. I ain't never seen that.
Did not David use the weapons of Goliath?
David is not the Most High.
But David is
David is not the Most High, and David actually went to war and fought people. He ain't never submitted.
brother.
Your
the
man,
promise was
your
given-
man, your
brother,
man
listen,
is your man is in full submission. Your man ain't went to
Brother.
war with no. He needs to go to war with that weed and give
He's
that
going
up.
to war, brother. He's going to war with all the people who is
He
teaching
is
right
not
now.
going to
Because
war
again,
with that. Ain't David didn't go to war by teaching. David
Brother,
went
the
to
war-
war with the sword.
brother. We
Somebody
war
they're
not with
telling me to
flesh and
have
blood.
mercy. They telling me to
Hold
have
on,
mercy.
hold on,
in
hold
the
on.
chat.
Hold on, hold
They
on, hold
telling
on,
me to
hold
have
on,
mercy,
hold on,
man.
hold on.
Yeah, hold
Because
on,
you
hold on,
speaking
hold on,
of
hold on, hold on,
you-
hold on.
you-
Goodbye. Tree, you there, Tree? And I'm
Yeah,
definitely I'm definitely gonna make a clip. Let me tell you something. Listen, every time I deal with cats like this, right? I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna let you talk, and I'm gonna show y'all what the problem they suffer. I feel sorry for brothers like that. Brothers like that. Yaju is not special in this regard. You had the Nuwabians, you got Dave Koresh, you had a lot of people that say that they're Jesus or God, and then they always get followers, man. Which what is wrong with your mental? Like that, like I would like I don't know how to feel like that. Like when somebody tell me they God and they the Most High, and I just believe them. But when we read in the Bible and we see the works that the Most High actually did, and then those works is not being reciprocated by the man that's saying that he's that, it's crazy to me. I put the Nuwabians in that category because y'all believe, the Nuwabians believe that Malachi York is like 3 trillion years old. He's from the planet called Risk. He knows how to teleport, but can't teleport out of that jail. And all that resorted with him was SAing young boys and girls. I guarantee you, Yaju is SAing young boys and girls, women, men, etc. You can go with Nature Boy, you can go with Polite, you can go with all these. Think about all of these people that create real cults. Our cult, when we say we're a cult, ISUBK, is for culture. We follow the law, statutes, and commandments. But when you look at all of them, Jim Jones, I'm glad Chrome put that in. When you look at the Jim Jones, Christianity is a cult. Black people would say they hate everything about the so-called white man except his Christianity. Hate everything about slavery except his Christianity. All of y'all. I'm sorry, Tree. You got the floor, brother. You don't have to talk on this subject. You can talk about whatever subject you want.
All right, so like when Christians so like it's like a loophole with Christians, on the subject. Is Jesus God or not? So I was just wondering, have you ever went to Ecclesiasticus where Yeshua says himself that he was created?
In Ecclesiasticus,
Yeah.
you have the chapter and verse.
Chapter 1, start at verse 4 through 10.
When you say Ecclesiasticus, you talk about in the Apocrypha, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You said 4. Oh, when it says wisdom hath been created before all things, and he understandeth a prudent from everlasting. I don't attribute that to Christ though. I don't look at that like the wisdom have been created before all things, because wisdom comes from the Most High. So I don't look at that. Like Christ is the first creation. Like when you go to Colossians, for example, you don't want to make everything Yahushua. You don't want to do that. So in Colossians 1:15, it says, who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature, whereas the scripture that you brought out said wisdom was before creation. So we know that Christ was created. He's the first creation. So that's how I look at that.
All right. Can you go to chapter 24, 8 through 9?
Same book, Ecclesiasticus?
Yeah.
All right. 24.
And this yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say that this is still talking about that wisdom.
Okay.
As we
So
can see in verse 1.
got you. So the creator of all things gave me a commandment, and he that made me caused my tabernacle to rest and said, let thy dwelling be in Jacob and thine inheritance in Israel. He created me from the beginning before the world, and I shall never fail. This is still talk about wisdom. But Yahushua doesn't dwell in Jacob. It's not talking about that. It's talking about, that's why it says, in thine inheritance, meaning everything about the Most High dwells in Jacob. This still is not the context of a man. This is about wisdom. Wisdom comes from the Most High. He gives it. Even Yahushua would tell you all things were given to him from the Father. You understand?
Okay, so in 1 Corinthians chapter 1 Corinthians 1 verse 24.
Hey, you gotta
It
hold on,
says,
caller. You gotta hold on, caller. Good, I'm listening. Good.
all right, so 1 Corinthians 1 verse 24, it says Yeshua is the power of God, and then verse 30 says that he is made unto us wisdom. So
Verse 30 in that same
what
chapter?
yeah, 24 and then
You
verse
said
30.
24 in what verse?
Not 1 Corinthians 1
I'm sorry.
24,
Yeah,
verse
that's got
24
you. Okay, I got you.
and verse 30.
So you're trying to make wisdom be Christ? Is that what you're doing?
What not this one be like, I don't see this as the same type of
No, I'm just trying to
the same
follow
type of
exactly what you're saying. Are you trying to say that wisdom is Christ? That's what I'm trying to follow.
what in this context. That I wouldn't look at this as the same type of wisdom, as saying like when you say a person got wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Like I see this as, referring to Christ.
Okay,
And
so
with this
it was
context.
1 Corinthians 1 in which verse?
Verse 24 and then verse 30.
Gotcha. So 1 Corinthians 1 and 24, it says, but unto them which are called, both Jews and Greeks, Christ the power of God and the wisdom of God. Then verse 30 says, but of him are ye in Christ Yahushua, who of God is made unto us wisdom and righteousness and sanctification and redemption. This is still not calling him the wisdom of Ecclesiasticus. When it says the wisdom of God, God gave Christ the wisdom. So we really got to go with Christ's words. Christ's words, says he does nothing of himself, but the Father that give it to him. So the Father is the one that gives him the wisdom. You run it's a slippery slope when you start making him be that wisdom, because then what it sounds like you're saying is that Christ is God, and Christ doesn't say that. Even the Holy Spirit was given through him, but it came from the Father.
So okay, so when he says, "I came out of the mouth of the Most High," it, and covered the earth as a cloud, is that not Christ?
No, that's not Christ. When he said, that's still talking about wisdom. Wisdom. So think what that wisdom did. The Most High wanted the earth created, so he gave Christ and the angels the charge of doing that. But that's the Most High's wisdom to get it done. And then you're seeing it play out. You're familiar with Jacob and Esau being born, right? When it says
Yeah,
two
yeah, yeah,
nations are in the womb and so forth like
yeah,
that. And so you see the
yeah.
Most High explain to Rachel how they're going to be born, but then we read how it plays out. So when it's talk about the wisdom, you see with the Lord, the wisdom or the instruction that the Lord gave, and then we see how it's played out. But that wisdom is not Yahushua. The wisdom, Yahushua receives wisdom from the Most High, but he is not that wisdom in Ecclesiastes. That it's damn near like you're saying the Most High don't have wisdom.
Well, nah, I don't look at it like it's saying it like that, because it's, it's saying that he's been created, and I know the Most High ain't created.
The Most High is not created. You're correct in saying that. But in Ecclesiasticus, when it talks about wisdom, that has nothing to do with Christ at all. In Ecclesiasticus 24, what verse was that you started at? In verse 9, right?
Right. Verse 8.
Verse 8, right. So when it talks about verse 1, it says, wisdom shall praise herself. So even in the first verse, it's talking about a woman. It's metaphorically describing it as a woman, not a man. And it says, and shall glory in the midst of her people.
So that wouldn't be like a parable.
I'm agreeing that it's a parable, but if it was Yahushua, it wouldn't make Yahushua the woman in the parable. So I agree. When men are describing their vehicle, it's named after a woman. Men don't describe things as men; they're describing it as a woman. So the wisdom is being described as a woman for that reason. And it says, in the congregation of the Most High, she shall open her mouth and triumph before his power. I came out of the mouth of the Most High. Yahushua didn't come out of his mouth. When it's saying I came out of the mouth of the Most High, it's talk about what the Most High speaks. That's the wisdom.
Right. So ain't he the word though? Like he came out of the mouth of the Most High. Like he's the word, right?
Yeah. What I want to free your mind. When it says Christ is the word, it's Christ receiving the word. It's not Christ. That's again, like you don't think you're saying this, but what you're saying is Christ is the Most High. Because if Christ is not the Most High, which you don't agree, you agree with me that Christ is not the Most High, then the Most High has his own mouth, his own voice, his own way to speak. We agree, right?
Right.
Right. So when it says, I came out of the mouth of the Most High, it's what the Most High is speaking. Christ receives that word. When it says he's the word, he speaks the word of the Father. So he received the word from the Father. He delivers that word of the Father. That's why they are one. The reason why they are one is because Christ doesn't differ or disagree with that word. But just like Christ has his own voice, his own mouth, the Most High has his own voice and his own mouth. So when it says, I came out of the mouth of the Most High speaketh. And that's what we receive.
All right. Well, that was it.
All right, no sweat, brother. I appreciate it. All right. It says MA. Real talk. You can unmute if you had anything that you wanted to say, but I know I join your live streams often, so I didn't know if you had something you wanted to chime in on.
Well, Shalom. I
hey,
wanted
shalom,
to,
brother.
I wanted to say something when you had the Cordell up here, the Cordelian, because his wife was in there, and I'm sure Cordell be on
Who's
his wife's
Cordell?
stuff.
You gotta let my audience know who's Cordell.
I don't ever say dude's name, man. You
Oh,
know
the
the
guy,
dude you
the
done beat
Yaju
up.
guy. Oh, the Yaju guy.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, the
okay.
Thinky Christ. I don't never say his name, man. I don't get dude that much respect to
Gotcha.
say his name.
Gotcha. Oh, that's the
His mama
Yaju.
name.
Yaju name is Cordell.
Yeah, his name
Oh,
Cordell.
okay,
His mama
okay.
named him Cordell. You
Okay,
look at
then
his
I'll
court
call him.
documents.
I'll call him Cordell. No, that's
Yeah,
that's
call
fine.
that
I
call that
just found
Negro
out. I didn't know
Cordell,
that. Yeah, I
bro.
didn't know that before today.
Yeah, his real name is
Oh, his
Cordell.
real name is
Yeah.
Cordell. Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. He just came up with that name, disrespecting Israel and the Most High. Like, I'm gonna take this name. You know,
Gotcha. Okay, I
crazy.
understand that. I understand.
But his wife, I had looked in the thing. His wife was in there, and I know he be on his wife's stuff too. So I was thinking he was probably sitting back like a coward, which he probably still is, listening. Why you were letting let it be known he probably touched boys and little girls and all that, But I was just gonna say, why you don't come up, homie? Why you gonna let Cap sit up here and say all these things? Come defend yourself.
Mm.
And then he got another one in the comments talking about he said Cordell sitting at the right hand of the Father, but you see, you kicked down another dude who said he was the Father. So he's sitting at his own right hand, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know. They
that was
they
crazy.
stuff is
Yeah.
right.
That's
And I wanted to say
yeah.
I appreciate the oil. My wife
Yeah,
love the oil.
yeah,
It smelled
yeah,
good,
yeah,
homie.
yeah. I got a
But she
50% off
says,
sale.
okay, well, she wants some. You got some for women?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Listen,
yeah, we got.
I
she
got
wants some
I got
for
over
her
100
too.
or I got 100 different scents and smells for women, over 100 different scent and smells for men. 50%.
Okay, then he said he got
50%
over
off sale.
100
Yeah.
different smells.
And body butters. I mean, you I think
Yeah,
you ordered the
we've
unscented
been
one. Yeah, so
yeah,
I sell them with scents too.
for sure.
Yeah, listen, I got hair crack. You want your hair to grow, holla at your boy.
No doubt.
Listen, I got living testimonies of people sending me before their hair and then after their hair,
Right.
using it for just 3 weeks, they see the hair growing already.
Well, which one should we choose? She about to get on the thing.
Yeah,
And,
look,
she
listen,
wants some
man.
good smelling oil for
Okay,
the
what
women.
type of smell
know.
does she like? What type of smell does she like?
He said, "What type of smell you
Like,
like?
does she like sweet smell, clean smell, flower
Sweet,
smell?
clean, clean. She like clean.
Fresh, clean. Okay, so there's one on there called purple. That's good. Hold up.
He said something called purple is on
Yeah,
there.
it's called
good.
Yeah, one called purple, fourth dimension. One called fine shit, FINSHYT. That's good.
Fine-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt. I'm telling her
Yeah,
right
and
now.
it's
Look,
one called her.
She getting on there right
Yeah,
now.
tell
She
her
about
get
to
it and
some
tell her
more. I would
50%.
encourage y'all, man.
Yeah.
Cap got some good smelling oil, man.
Thank you.
It's real good.
Mm-hmm.
And ain't no parabens or parabens in there or nothing, is it?
Nah, you good to go. It's all natural, no cut, no nothing.
Yeah. So I would encourage y'all to support the homie, man. It's got
Thank
nothing
you.
to do with me. I'm just genuinely
Yeah,
saying he
appreciate
got
it,
some good
man.
smelling
Do
oil,
your
man.
thing.
You
Do
know,
your-
I don't
yeah.
profit by this.
Appreciate it, brother.
I'm just giving him my approval on it. It
Yep.
smells. My wife like it. She can't keep her hands off of me since
Thank
I've
you.
been
I
putting on that
appreciate
oil,
it, brother.
man.
I appreciate it. And to my
All praise.
people on TikTok, I just put my link in the chat. I got a 50% off sale. And this is what I mean when I was talking earlier about everybody want to hook up. So Josiah Jeremiah says, Captain, I'm a streets brother. You got a family discount. Remember earlier I said when black people get their business, the first thing brothers want is a discount. But when they go to the white man's store, if it's $500, they paying $500. That's
No
why
doubt.
we fail as a people. Now, fortunately for you, Josiah, I have a 50% off sale. So normally it's $30, now it's $15. Normally it's $25, now it's $12.50. Yes, I gotta cut you like that. I got to cut you. You're supposed to be like, damn, that's my brother selling product. I'm buying the product ASAP, regardless of the price. That's what we're supposed to do. Trey, you said you had another question. I saw it in the chat. Go ahead, unmute, brother.
All right, so wisdom of Solomon, 9, 1 through 4.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Can you hear me?
well, I'm gonna just read verse
Yeah, I
4.
can hear you.
So
Right,
it
right
says,
after I answer this brother's question, I'm coming right to you next. I hear you.
All right, good.
All right, 9 and
it
4. You
say,
said.
well, I'm gonna read 1 through 4. It say, O God of my fathers and Lord of mercy, who has made all things with thy word, and ordained man through thy wisdom, that he should have dominion over the creatures which thou hast made, and over the world according to equity and righteousness, and execute judgment with an upright heart. Give me wisdom that sitteth by thy throne, and reject me not from among thy children. So who is that wisdom that sitteth by thy throne?
Verse 1, O God of my fathers and Lord of mercy, who have made all things with thy word. That is, again, it's what's coming out of his mouth. And ordain man through thy wisdom. That's his wisdom. It's not Yahushua. That he should have dominion over the creatures which thou hast made, and order the world according to equity and righteousness, and execute judgment with an upright heart. Give me wisdom. Now, this is Solomon asking the Most High for the wisdom that's in the Most High to be given to him. He's not asking for Yahushua to be given to him. He's asking for the wisdom of the Most High to be given to him. When it says that sitteth by thy throne, it's a metaphor. It's right next to him. It's in him. He's not talking about Yahushua, brother. Where you from, Op? Like
Louisiana?
where you live? You live in Louisiana right now?
Yeah.
Are you in school? You in a camp or something like that?
Nah.
Let me give you a number to call for Louisiana, brother. I would suggest you get in class. We're gonna get you right. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
318 200
All right.
200 7428. All right. You get that number
All
a
right.
call, they're gonna get you in class. We're gonna get you right out. I appreciate it. All right, Maid, you there? I don't know how to say all the mother letters, and there you go. You there, Maid?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You hear me?
Yep, I hear you just fine. You got a question or comment?
That nigga said I got it. He said I got living testimony. Like you can have dead testimony. You know they wear that oil, man.
You sound like an AM radio. I can't really hear you that good.
You hear me now? Am I good?
Let me see. Good. Yeah, go ahead, say what you just said.
No, I said when you're talking about that oil, you said you got living testimonies. Like
That's
you
right.
can have dead testimonies.
That's right. I do. I got before and after pictures, like on my Instagram, my YouTube, and everything. But they send the before pictures and the after pictures.
I know that's right. Hey, but you gotta clear something up for me, man. On that debate you had a few weeks ago with Bear the Image. Sonetta asked you about the more human thing. You know that gotta be explained, man. Like I
No,
think you
don't.
guys be
In the
talking
verse
about
that okay, so
people
here I'm gonna use the verse. I'm gonna use the verse that Yaju do use. I'm gonna show you what I mean. So Matthew 23 and 11, it says, "But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant." So we're all men, right?
Yep.
So there's some men that are greater than others, though, right?
Yeah, but they're not more human though.
That's what I mean, though. That's what I explained on Sanetta's channel. That's what I mean when I say that. I think I'm more
Nah,
human. I believe I'm more human than other people. I don't even think I'm from this planet.
no, but you said your cat like the people that's above you is more
They're
human.
better than
In the
me.
debate, you
That's
said
right.
more human and more
And
spiritual.
they are. That's why they're in the position that they're in. They are.
How when they bleed like you bleed, they bleed like
But
you bleed.
that's not, again, spiritual talk. Understand spiritual talk. You're speaking carnally. So I'm taller than some of them. I'm younger than some of them. I'm older than some of them. Could
But
be
you're still human.
physically stronger than some of them. Could be physically weaker than some of them. But when it comes to spiritual, they are greater and more than me.
He asked you, Sonetta asked you about you, how do you equate that to your family, and it wasn't really
I'm not
explained. So how did
again.
that?
That's why I said we're talking spiritually.
Yeah, so I'm saying, so
In
how would
my
that equate to
house,
your family?
how could they be more in my house? That's my house. That's not spiritual. My house is my house. So there's nobody that can come in my house and tell my house what to do. Like you were
No, I'm
asking,
saying,
just like listen to me. Like
yeah,
listen to
yeah,
what I'm saying. You're like
yeah.
Sinetta, you're asking carnal questions. When I said they're more human than me, I'm trying to switch it to say they're more spiritual than me so you can understand what I meant. And you're still asking carnal questions.
No, I'm just going off what you said in the debate
Well, we're
when you
past
they
that
were saying,
because I said this is what I meant. And then
yeah, yeah,
I gave a whole breakdown of I'm taller than some, younger than
right.
some, older than some, stronger than some, weaker than some.
That's not spiritual,
That's right. That's all carnal. But
right? Right. So,
spiritually, the man that outranks me is more spiritual than I. He outranks me. He's greater than I. That's what I'm
so
referring
that's
to.
yeah, yeah. So I'm just equating, like, say if your kids was to join your organization spiritually, your captains are going to be more spiritual than
Now
your
you're
kids.
asking a different question. So if my sons join my school,
Right?
now we're all under that rank. My son can outrank me and be more spiritual than me if the father allows it. My son can, because that's the
Mm,
Lord that controls that.
mm,
Was David more spiritual than Jesse and the other sons that he had?
that's a good question. You got to break it down for me. I'm not sure. I
Meaning,
don't know.
when Samuel went to Jesse, you're familiar when Samuel went to anoint um the new
Yeah,
king, and
yeah, yeah.
he went to Jesse's house, right?
Yep.
When he went to Jesse's house, he was looking for Jesse's sons. Jesse brought all his sons, and all those sons were older than David. I don't want to say older because doesn't say different. But all of those
Yeah.
sons was preferred over David, correct?
Uh, yeah, I think I know the context you're talking about. Yeah.
Right. And Samuel said, "You have another son." And then they went and got David. And David was more than them because Samuel chose through the spirit. Jesse was choosing through the physical or through the carnal. So when we're talking spiritually, if my sons come into that school and my sons get raised up and I got to say kan one kan to my son, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say kan one kan to my son because the Lord raised him over me. Just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
just like the Lord would take Jeremiah. Jeremiah was young. The Lord took him, raised him up. The Lord took Daniel, raised him up because they were better than the others.
mm, it's just
You got to get out
I
of
see
the
what you're saying.
carnal mind state of it.
Yeah, yeah, I do, because I'm thinking like, how can anybody be more like, I don't know. I kind of get what you said. So like when they
Okay, so
say,
let me see if you can understand it this way. In the
okay,
NBA
yeah,
basketball, right?
yeah.
Michael Jordan, it's hard to say. Now, for me, LeBron James is the best. But when you think
See, that's the
basketball,
example you used with Sinetta. That's the example you used with
I'm
Sinetta, and that
yeah,
was
so
that was
you
a
but you don't understand spiritual talk, so I got to give you a carnal answer. I just gave you a spiritual answer. Use the Bible, show Jesse chose his physical sons, the Lord chose a spiritual son. You still not getting it. So I gotta speak to you carnally because you don't understand spiritual
no,
things.
no. Let me explain why. Because when you go to carnal, that means we're going back to when you said somebody is more human. When you go to the
But you don't
carnal,
do
that
you
doesn't mean.
understand? But you don't understand. So let's just leave it spiritual.
No, I'm
I'm
saying
a-
that's what I'm saying. No, I understand the carnal. I want to understand the spiritual. Is there
You're
another
not
analogy you could
understanding
give?
the spiritual. I just gave it to you. You don't understand. Jesse brought the other sons. He did not
Yeah.
bring. He did not bring David. Maybe if I read it for you, you'll understand. Let me find it for you. Find it for you.
Because it's like, I'm like,
This is
hold
First
on, like,
Samuel. This is 1 Samuel 16:1. And the Lord said unto Samuel, how long wilt thou mourn for Saul, seeing I have rejected him from reigning over Israel? Fill thine horn with oil and go. I will send thee to Jesse the Bethlehemite, for I have provided me a king among his sons. I'm gonna skip down. It says, and call to Jesse, sacrifice Peter. And it came to pass, and this 16:5, and he said, peaceably, I am come to sacrifice unto the Lord. Sanctify yourselves and come with me to sacrifice. And he sanctified Jesse and his sons and called them to sacrifice. And it came to pass when they were come that he looked on Eliab and said, surely the Lord's anointing is before him. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature. This is fit. This is carnal, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as a man seeth. For a man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Most High looketh upon the heart. Which is why when I said human, everybody looked on the outward appearance, not at the heart. Then Jesse called Adinadab and made him pass before Samuel. And he said, neither hath the Lord chosen this. Then Jesse said, Shammah to pass by. And he said, neither hath the Lord chosen this. And Jesse made 7 of his sons to pass before Samuel. And Samuel said unto Jesse, the Lord hath not chosen thee. And Samuel said unto Jesse, are here all thy children? And he said, there remaineth yet the youngest. So I was incorrect. It is the youngest. So Jesse went and brought all the older sons that was tall in stature, that he thought was better. And then he stopped bringing them. And then Samuel said, who else you got? And then he said, there remaineth yet the youngest, and behold, he keepeth sheep. And Samuel said unto Jesse, send and fetch him, for we will not sit down till he come hither. And he sent and brought him in. Now he was rudely and withal beautiful countenance and goodly to look to. And the Lord said, arise, anoint him, for this is he. So as you see, Jesse chose everything physical. The Lord chose everything spiritual. So when I say men that outrank me are more human than me, I'm talking spiritually. I'm not talking. You understand now?
Yeah, that makes sense. It leads in. Can I ask a follow up? Because it leads in. I know. I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can ask. Go ahead, brother. You went out. I don't know if it's me, but I think you went out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Yeah, because then it goes, because in that verse, do we agree that the Lord is the one that gave him that spiritual ranking? So when we talk about like us, like how we have, like how you have your organization.
Yeah, the Lord does the same thing. The Lord gives that spiritual ranking.
Yeah, and you was explaining like how the Lord gave you your rank and everything.
That's correct.
So I don't understand, like, what exactly is it, like the debate, your popularity, or is it like the knowledge?
That's not a concern of mine how I got it, because the rank really means nothing to me except order. Like, so I'm like that's a weird, not when I'm saying it's not a weird question, it's a good question.
I feel it is.
Right.
I don't even know how to really ask it, but
you asked it the right way. You didn't ask it the wrong way. So I don't want you to feel like that. You asked it the right way. The reason why I say it's a weird question, because I never think, I remember every time I got ranked up, I never knew I was getting ranked up, because I don't do it for that reason. And that's how you know it's spiritual. When you do something like in the white man's military, you get raised up based on time served. So if you're in there a year and a half, you go from private 1 to private 2, private first class, corporate. So it's time constrained. You know where you're going to get a certain amount of time. You got 20 years in, you there. You could be 10 years in the truth and you could be an officer 50. You could be 10 years in the truth and be a trooper. You could be 20 years in and be, nothing. Or you could be 3 years in and be a captain, officer 5,000, a general, whatever it is, because all of that is controlled by the Most High. Your job is to just do the work. So
is it the my bad? Is it the Lord telling you, or is it
no? The Lord tells the men above. Like I don't raise myself up. I get raised up by men. I raise men up. So I have the power to raise men to a certain rank. And so I gauge that by the spirit. So it's the man that's above you that's observing what you do that says, okay, maybe we get him raised up here. You raise him up here. But it's all spiritual. It's no seniority. It's none of that. It's all about how you do the work and how the Lord moves you to get raised up. That's how it works.
I see. That's I ain't gonna lie, that kind of cleared it up. That kind of threw me off a little bit, but that broke it down because it wasn't really explained. So my last question. So you and Katasa, are you more human than Katasa, or you guys equal?
You got to ask him that.
Okay. That's real. Thank you, Cap. Good looking,
No
brother.
sweat,
Stay on
brother.
your stuff, and I'm gonna tap in with some oils, brother.
All right, no sweat. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now I got to get to it. I'm gonna try to get through. Let me see. Pan and mulattoism. Can you speak for me?
Peace, how you doing?
I'm all right. To my TikTok audience, can y'all let me know if y'all can hear this brother speaking? This brother is speaking on my StreamYard. I'm just gonna show this to you. I'm gonna bring this over so y'all can see it.
I can hear him. I can hear him.
Oh, you can hear him? Okay, good. All right, go
Yeah.
ahead.
And I wanted to say real quick, my wife put that order in for that purple and that fine-ish.
Okay, I got you covered.
All right.
Oh, shoot. I was gonna do that. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, and I'll try to make it brief. Oh, there's actually an echo.
Said it's an echo. Good. I don't hear no echo
Yes.
at all.
Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, I don't hear.
Yes, and I'll get right to it.
Okay.
When specifically ISUPK, but I know that this applies to other Hebrew Israelite camps. But when you all welcome in Mexicans, El Salvadorians, people from Honduras, etc., do you acknowledge that the cumulative effect is you are welcoming, pardon me, you are welcoming in the people that are ethnically displacing Judah out of Judah's communities within the U.S.?
Wait. They are saying it's an echo. I don't know where that echo is coming from. Oh, wait. I think I know where it might be. That might be my fault. Now it might be good. All right. No, we don't look at it that way. We never have looked at it that way because, of course, the history that's been created between us and Latinos has always been like that because of white man manipulation. That's how we look. That's how we've always looked at it. So I've always looked at it and said, if there was never a delineation that the white man created between us, we wouldn't have that issue. Because historically, you can see points where I was bringing this up earlier, where a Mexican president had abolished slavery. That's why you had the Alamo. The reason why you had the Alamo and stuff like that is because when the Mexican president ended slavery, they wanted to separate Texas because Mexico had Texas at that time. So all of the black and brown issues is because we choose to assimilate with the white man as our enemy, as our friend, and then we look at them as our enemy. So no, I don't look at it that way. But now, does that exist? Yes. But the reason why it exists is to keep us divided, fighting each other, while the white man and his agenda carve up every other piece of land because we don't get it anyway.
Yes, and I want to acknowledge that the whites are definitely oppositional to descendants of U.S. chattel slaves or so-called Black Americans. I would definitely acknowledge that. But the point I'm making is whites are not our only enemy. If you look at New York City, for instance, since we, so-called Black Americans, Judah, since we have turned a blind eye to mass immigration, there is not one community in the entirety of New York City that's majority Black American or majority Judah. Same thing with Boston. Matter of fact, I'll even take it to the West Coast. Since we have turned a blind eye to mass immigration, Judah is no longer the majority in Compton, and our numbers are decreasing also in South Central. Matter of fact, there are communities throughout the entirety of this nation where Judah used to be the majority, and we are no longer the majority anymore. And I'll say this in closing. If we look at Mexico, If we look at any of these Latino nations or even the Afro-Caribbean nations, they have not allowed Judah to come to their countries of origin in the Caribbean and in Central and South America or Mexico. They have not allowed Judah to come to their country and outnumber them in any of their cities. So the point I'm making is Judah has to practice self-preservation, or Judah won't have any more communities where he is the majority in the U.S. at all.
The only thing I disagree with, I don't disagree with the latter part of everything you said. What I mean by latter, each statement that you made, I don't disagree with the latter, but I disagree with the beginning part, because you speak as if we have control to stop people from coming into our community. And this is what I mean when sometimes it's not as honest of a conversation as it should be, because when the Vietnam War was over and the Vietnamese came over here, we didn't want them in the community. They was put in the community. When the Koreans came over here, they was put in the community. The Chinese, they was put in the community. The Africans, they was put in the community. We don't control that. Just like we didn't control when we got redlined. We don't control that. We don't control immigration for or against it. That's something the government controls. So you want to say something?
I didn't want to interrupt you. I'm listening. Go ahead, brother.
No, good. I don't mind. I don't mind that. You can go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And I do want to say the control that we actually do have, because I acknowledge that we are not in complete control over the immigration policies within the U.S. I acknowledge that. But let me also acknowledge the power that we do have. Number one, we can report all immigrants to ICE and let ICE determine if they are here legally or not. Number two, we can stop voting for candidates that are pro-immigration. Number three, and this is the most important, we can advocate legislatively or lobby for legislation to place a ban on immigration to the U.S. Now, of course, I acknowledge that since we are only approximately or allegedly only 14% of the U.S. population, we will have to build alliances with other people in the U.S. that are anti-immigration to achieve many of these goals. But what we can do right now is literally pick our phone up and report all immigrants to ICE. Really. Or in closing, since we
Right.
cannot go to their country,
But we
I
shouldn't.
apologize. I'm
But
sorry,
the
go
reason
ahead.
the reason why I say we shouldn't know, because that's not the fight that we're supposed to have. If you said you highlighted Judah, because of course, you know, we consider Judah the so-called Negro. Before we can even start worrying about what Latinos are doing, Vietnamese, Chinese, XYZ are doing, we have our own internal problems. We have drug problem. We have child molestation problem. We got abortion problem. We got lack of support problem. We got religious problem. We got all of those problems. And I think the only reason we picking up this immigration problem is because we got a loving white people problem too. That's a white person's problem.
Well,
When
can
the
I
white,
ask you? I'm
yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
no,
Well, I'm
you
just
got
saying, how is it a white person's problem when
no,
Harlem,
we got a white,
which used to be,
no,
all right, go
let
ahead.
me rephrase so you can respond properly. We love the white people's problem, is what I'm saying. Like, we only care about immigration because the white man cares about it. That's what I'm saying.
And that's why I acknowledge that the white man is also oppositional to us, because what I'm saying has nothing to do with the interest of the white man. What I'm saying is, if we don't practice self-preservation, if we don't take a stance against mass immigration, we won't have any more communities throughout the U.S. That's why I listed examples of communities where we used to be the majority, where we are no longer the majority, and we have been surpassed by immigrants, not the whites.
But that's because what did black people want? Integration.
I agree, and we have to acknowledge that that was a mistake. So
Right.
in order
I'm
to
saying
resolve,
we shouldn't focus on illegals. We should focus on stop wanting to integrate.
no,
If we're gonna talk about illegals, there ain't nothing more illegal than white people. It should be
Cesario, I
illegal.
hear you, but you have to. I want you to at least understand what I'm saying.
I
Now,
understand
I
it.
agree that we made a mistake by integrating. We should have preserved our own communities. My point today is, in 2025, if we don't take a stance against mass immigration, we won't have any more communities.
Man, if we don't take a stance against Christianity and integration, it don't matter. Illegal immigrants can go away tomorrow. But
But
long before immigration was a problem, we've been losing our community. That's why I mentioned redlining. We were losing our community with redlining. We're losing our community with drugs. We're losing our community with Planned Parenthood. We have bigger problems than just immigration. We keep falling for the white man's hype. Zephaniah 2:1 says, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. If black people that just want to be black and they got an issue with Latinos, if they still think that their way out is trying to fit in this society, they're still gonna fail. You know what black people think? Black people think, well, the white man got that right. I'm tired of these Latinos. But the Chinese and the Jewish man and all of them been living in there. Why they ain't have this same energy for them? I ain't seen the same. Like, black people are, I'm about to say a word I can't say. Black people are vagina, because black people are only fighting this fight because this is a fight that the white man is doing. Black people are vagina because they don't fight against Jewish people like they're fighting against Latinos. They don't fight against the Chinese like they're fighting against Latinos. They don't even fight against Africans like they're fighting against the Latinos. You are, when I'm saying you, and I'm talking about you are vagina because you're only picking a fight because your master is fighting it. So you know, well, if I fight them, I got Big Brother behind me. You have
and
go
ahead. My bad.
You got it.
Yes, and very briefly, for the record, I call ICE on white immigrants too. But the point I'm making is this, and this is a point that cannot be evaded. Now, when I bring up the fact that, because you notice, I never said mass immigration is our only issue. But when I bring up mass immigration being an issue, the triggered condition response that I see out of so-called Black Americans, and no disrespect, I even seen the same response out of you. The response is to say, all right, I'll use a metaphor. Now, let's say the house is flooding. And I say, listen, the house is flooding. We got to stop the house from flooding. The response I see out of Black Americans is, well, hold on. Let's not acknowledge the flooding. We also have rats in this room. We have roaches in this room. We have termites in this room. Yes, we must acknowledge all of those problems and deal with all of those problems. But that does not stop the flooding. We must address the flooding, or the whole house will be flooded. And that's a metaphor for our communities being overrun by foreigners, and we are no longer the majority.
But I'm not, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm not disagreeing with that. All I'm simply pointing out is y'all didn't care until the white man cared, because we've been infiltrated by immigrants forever. When I'm 50 years old, born January 18th, 1975. And in my community, I have seen illegals and legals of other nations be in my community, Jersey City, where I'm from, for my whole life. I've seen Chinese people have their own Chinatown. In Jersey City, where I'm from, there's a section in Journal Square run by Elamites, taken over. I have seen it. But it's that everybody is only complaining now that it's Latinos' turn. If Donald Trump stopped talking about Latinos tomorrow, Black people would stop talking about Latinos tomorrow.
And I hear your point, and I acknowledge your point, but I also have to say this, brother. When you say that we didn't care until the white man cared,
Before you finish, when you finish this, I'm gonna respond, and then that's it. I'm gonna go to the last brother.
Yeah, and I appreciate you having me up. Yes, sir.
No problem. And I do these daily, just so you know. So I'm always on here. But go ahead, brother.
Yes, sir. When you said that we didn't care until the white man cared, historically, what you said is incorrect, because even Frederick Douglass spoke out against immigration. And I want to say this in closing, and thanks for having me up. It's not just Latino immigrants that are the problem. All immigrants are the problem, because collectively they are contributing to the eradication of majority Black American cities, towns, counties, and congressional districts. Much love. I'm going to drop down for your response, but thanks for having me up.
Hey, no problem at all. I don't think the illegals of any ethnicity are the problem. I think the white man is the problem. And when we can address that issue, then you can affect change. The white man purposely does anything to destroy Black communities. I could name them: Seneca Village, Rosewood, Chocolate City. I can name the cities, Paradise and Detroit. I can name the cities that the white man destroyed So when we say illegals are the problem, illegals is just another illegals, line illegals up with, line immigrants up with drugs, Planned Parenthood, immigrants, line it up with all of that. Because the first place they put immigrants is in our city. And then when the immigrants get over, and here's the saddest part about it, when the immigrants come over here, every provision that they're able to take advantage of is off of the work that Black people did. So I understand, and I say this because I understand the FBA, the ADOS. I understand where you're coming from when you see Africans come over here and they take advantage of the sweat that Black people put in. I just disagree with the way that you fight it, but I understand exactly where you're coming from. We got Drop City. This is going to be the last brother I'm entertain. Drop City, you there? You got a question or comment? I can't hear you, Drop City, if you're talking. You unmuted, but I can't hear you. I'm gonna give you one more shot, brother. I think the advantage of doing these lives at the crib, I go longer, but I'm gonna have to drop them. Oh, I never added them to the stage. That's my fault. I never added him to the stage. Go ahead, brother. What's your question or comment?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So, I mean, I was going to tell you one thing, but hearing that other guy that just spoke before me, one thing I'll say is, for example, if he were to see me on the streets, it is a very high chance that he would confuse me for being, depending on what I'm wearing, of course, a white person. Now, I'm from the Dominican Republic. My family, I mean, I am direct descendant. My mother, grandmother, father's side, direct descendants of slaves that worked in sugar plantations in the Dominican Republic. And a lot of the same dynamics that you have in America when it comes to colorism apply all over Latin America. And if you go to Colombia, Ecuador, Dominican Republic, Cuba, Puerto Rico, whatever, there is Black slaves that came to all of these places. And you have the same issues that you have on in America with, white people being in control of everything. That's not a problem that's exclusive only to the United States. So, that's one thing. The second thing I was going to say, I'm going to make a confession, Cat. Yesterday, I was going out and, I had a nice outfit on and I threw a rosary on just because it matched my outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me tell you. I had an outfit on, like I told you, I grew up in that culture. And I threw on the rosary on because it just looked good, man. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. It felt dirty, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It felt dirty.
It ain't you wore it the whole day though, didn't you?
I told you it was a confession, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yes.
I ain't gonna lie to you either. Yeah, it didn't feel dirty to you.
It did. It
good.
did.
You know, it felt good. Sin felt good to you. It did. Sin felt so good. You ain't give a damn about the Most High. We did not. It's like a dog with vomit. Now, this is why we have what we call young men. Like, you're a young brother. You don't have a Hebrew name or nothing like that. You're a young brother trying to repent and turn your life to the Most High. And if you can't resist wearing that, you'll be smoking weed, eating pork. You'll be doing all of that in no time. Because what you do is you open up the door to demons. That's what you do. What you do when you do something like that, right? What you signify is that, hey, y'all, here I am. I'm here.
Yeah.
In Matthew, the 12th chapter says, when an unclean spirit is gone from a man, he goeth through dry places seeking rest and finding none. And then he says, I will return into my house from whence I came out. And when he has come, he findeth it empty and swept and garnished. Then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they dwell there. And the last state of that man shall be the worst. But I'm going to try to warn you, brother. is that when you let one demon in, 7 more is coming.
Listen,
You get you looking fly and cute. You better get you some red string.
no,
Wear
listen. I accept it. You know, it is what happened, and you know, you calling it how it is. I gotta take that. And one last comment I want to make. The last guy that called in earlier about the Trinity, right? One of the passages that ultimately just made me look at the Trinity like this. This just
Hey,
cannot
brother,
be.
before we
Listen,
talk about that Trinity,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
Just here's all I want you to do: stay consistent with class and love the Most High, because the brother that you're talking about with the Trinity, he
Mhm.
got more faith than you right now. He got faith in that Trinity. He got faith in that Trinity because he's going to defend that Trinity. He's going to stand with that Trinity no matter what. If you got faith in being an Israelite, you'll never wear a rosary again. You'll never do anything again. So it's hard for me to take you talking about what somebody else is doing off when you did something off and you're supposed to know better. You understand?
Yeah, that's true. Listen, that's why I told you about it. You know, because
And I appreciate you listening, and I hope you take the correction. Otherwise, you'll be back in the world in no time. But I do appreciate it. All right.
yeah, for sure.
Right.
And I just wanted to get this one out real quick. John 7.
No, you're not gonna get it out. It's hard for me to let you get anything out under those conditions. I'm sorry. I pray you repent though, brother. Stay in class, stay focused, and what you need, obviously what you need to do is more praying and fasting, brother. And so you have my number if you ever need to get counsel. You should have called. You should have called me. You should have called me before you was gonna do it. The Bible says a brother is born in adversity. And so just like you can call this show and you can sit in the back chat and do all of that, you can call when you're about to do something that you know is off. Go ahead, Real Street Talk. You was gonna say something before I go?
Yeah, I had a quick question, man, because I was having this conversation with some brothers about the Thanksgiving Day food. So you don't eat. You didn't eat nothing.
Nothing. No, slow down. I ate
no,
food.
no.
I just didn't eat Thanksgiving.
Hold on. No, not you. Not you as a, I'm not in.
Oh, you talk
picking
about
you
that's
out.
what
I'm
they
just
say to
saying-
you. That's what they say to you.
No, I'm saying in general, if you don't eat on Thanksgiving, but then what if somebody gives you plates, you got food, and then you eat it later?
What's the difference?
That's what I'm saying. I just wanted your take on.
Oh, there is no difference. You there, like eating the leftovers. You're eating leftover. What are you eating? Leftover what?
Food sacrificed to idols.
You're eating leftover Thanksgiving food. That's what you're doing.
Right.
So it don't
For
matter
sure.
if you eat it. And I was saying this the other day, man. Your mama and them, I ain't talking about you now. I'm talking about our mothers. They love Thanksgiving. And you say you love the Most High. And when you eat that food, leftover or the day of, what you show your mother is that you don't love the Most High like you say you do. You say the white man is the devil, but you sure ate this Thanksgiving food. That's what's diabolical to me. For Israelites to know the history of Thanksgiving and to find a way to justify eating leftover Thanksgiving food. You're not in the truth to me. They get mad. People get mad at me when I say you're not in the truth. But if you can eat leftover Thanksgiving food and then you're going to go out there and say, how you going to celebrate Thanksgiving, the white man's holiday, you're celebrating it. All of that food was made in honor of unaliving Native Indians. So you're not in the truth if you do that. That's how I feel. That goes for anybody. Anybody that ate Thanksgiving food, you're not in the truth. I'm sorry.
Appreciate your comments on that.
All right, no sweat, brother.
I feel the same way.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And tell your rib I'll drop that off on Monday. It'll ship on Monday.
Yep, I'm gonna let her know.
All right, no sweat. I
All
appreciate
right, man. Shalom.
Shalom.
And what's the difference? Some people say shalom, some people say shalom.
Shalom is not how you greet somebody. Shalom would be in the middle of the sentence, not in the beginning, because it's plural. Shalom is like piecing. You're piecing somebody. Shalom is just peace. Like if you said you was watching, If you said you watch something, you would say shamar. If you say you're watching something, you would say shawamar. So shalom is the proper way to greet somebody.
I got you. And if it's in
the
leaving,
middle, if it's in the middle of the sentence or something like that, then you might, use it, but you wouldn't say shalom when you're greeting somebody. It would just be shalom.
Got you. All right. Well,
All right.
shalom.
Hey, shalom. I appreciate
You
it.
looking for that oil?
Yeah, definitely. It'll ship out Monday.
All right.
All right, peace. Bro. All right. Peace. All right. I appreciate y'all rocking with me on TikTok and rocking with me on the YouTube. Do remember, I got a 50% off sale if you go to carlgas.com. I got a 50% off sale off all my products. I do appreciate y'all rocking with me. Go ahead and end this live on TikTok. And now we'll end this live on StreamYard. We did 2 hours and 32 minutes. I ain't even realize it was that long. But I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Until next time, Shalom Israel.